Hey guys, my name is Roman, also known as Panorama, here with a little dev tip of the day about game lag. I've noticed that people have been complaining about lag in the game, and I've been wondering what could cause this. So, after further investigation, I figured that there are several kinds of lag that people are currently complaining about, which can actually all be solved. Before anything, the game itself doesn't exactly lag. Like the servers are absolutely fine, they run at a very stable rate. But there are several reasons why you might be lagging. And let me really quickly go through why that is. It's actually very standard. If you probably have heard of all of these already. And if you haven't, it's a really nice thing to know about. Number one is connection lag. Connection lag happens when your frame rate is absolutely fine, like at 60 or at least around 60, but you notice that the cells are like acting very strangely, like slowing down, suddenly speeding up, as if they're trying to get back into the position they're supposed to be in after slowing down, or like not ejecting cells properly or something like that. And that is called rubber banding, which is actually caused if your connection isn't stable. So let's just say that your connection is really fast, like you download pretty fast, you upload pretty fast. But what could be the cause then is that you're either on a wireless connection, which is pretty weak, or on a connection that is just very jittery, very bad, which is provider related, which actually can't be solved that well. So not every kind of connection lag, I suppose, can be solved, but basically you can actually test this out yourself. In the description below, there are some instructions for that. But basically, what you have to do is you have to open up a command prompt if you're running on Windows, or a terminal prompt in Mac. But I'm just going to explain the Windows part. If you really want to know about the Mac part, you unfortunately have to Google that. And if it's really required, I will, I suppose, release a small update video about it. But basically, what you can do is just you press the Windows key on your keyboard, which will obviously open up your Windows menu, and then type in CMD and press enter. It will open up a black window, which is your command prompt. And what you have to type, once again, this is in the description below. You can type in ping space 8.8.8.8 and then space -t. What this does basically is it contacts Google's dynamic name server. You don't really need to know what that is, but basically it is a global server that is very stable all around the world and provides a very quick response. Another way you could try, if you really don't like Google at all, is Cloudflare's, which is 1.1.1.1. But the Google one has a lower ping count, which basically means that like the lower that is, the better your connection to it is, and it shows better results. What this command basically does is it contacts that server and sends an empty packet back. And all it does, it checks how long that takes. On average, this should take around 20 to 30 milliseconds, with the optimal one being around 10 to 15 if you are living very close to the server. But on average, you shouldn't really be getting any higher than 30. And if you're on a wireless connection, it should be no higher than 50. If you are getting this, but you see a lot of spikes up to 100 milliseconds, which can be shown if you because like it lists it down. But if you notice that like at the very end it fluctuates a lot between 50 and 100, for example, or heck 50 and 200, or it even times out, it means that your connection is very weak, or it's being interrupted by something, which could be like a heavy download, or you're running some kind of server and your connection simply isn't strong enough to maintain a proper connection, or a link in this case. In which case you put yourself closer to the router or the router, depending on what you want to call it. Switch to a wired connection if possible, or shut down anything that could be downloading or uploading on your network and trying again. This could significantly improve your gameplay experience, and I would highly recommend trying any of these solutions if you're experiencing this kind of connection lag. Another type of lag is actually, it's FPS lag. Basically, you suffer from slowdowns in the game. The typical solutions are to simply turn off skins, turn off names, and that kind of stuff. But what you actually also try doing is see if anything's running in the background. For example, a YouTube video really interferes with the game because it runs on the same kind of process. So by shutting that down, you can actually probably already see a pretty good frame rate improvement and then a gameplay improvement. If you really want to keep music in the game, I would just recommend running something on your phone and plugging your headphones in there or something like that. It does really make a difference just giving that to a different device, especially if you're running on a cheaper laptop or computer. If you're still experiencing that kind of lag, even after shutting down everything, it means your computer is either pretty old, which is technically possible. I mean, if you're running a computer that's like at least 10 to 15 years old, you are bound to experience problems. Or something else is conflicting. It could be a virus, could be malware. I would highly recommend trying out your typical antivirus software for that one, but that should really not be the case. So this was a very quick video explaining the types of lag that could be happening in xcar.io. Once again, I have to say that the service can never really be at fault. I mean, they do sometimes lag out, which means they are bound to crash. But then you wouldn't be able to connect at all, and when they restarted, they work absolutely fine again. And this is a very rare case. If you're still experiencing kind of trouble, you can always contact me on Discord at panorama #0001 or just on the Discord server, link in the description below, at the beta feedback or the general chat. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy playing xcar.io knowing that these solutions are now available to you. Thank you very much for watching and have a very good day. Bye bye!